know, before we get started, I got a comment. That's a really nice shirt. How was the trip?
Trip was awesome. I went to Sandusky's house. Bernie Fine was there. A couple of kids were there.
Wow.
I talked to people on the campus, really, and it was a great opportunity to throw out a rope and to some young kids and make them champions. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Well, then let's just jump into the topics here. Let's start with our favorite football player,
Tim Tebow. Thank you, Jesus, for another win.
What a game. 35-32, beating Minnesota.
And he proved that he could pass. 202 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's great from Tebow, man.
Exactly.
Now on the year he has a 10-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, and that's better than Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it is.
You saying he's better?
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying the stat speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't turn the ball over, doesn't make stupid mistakes.
Now, Tebow's win, I agree with that, but Tebow's win is really shadowing Christian Ponder's performance. He set a rookie record for most passing yards for a rookie in Minnesota Vikings history at 350-plus yards. Percy Harvin, big day that day. But who would you take, Tebow or Ponder? What do you think?
I would probably take Tim Tebow just because I think he's a flat-out winner.
He's a winner. He gets W's. He gets W's all day.
Exactly. And Ponder, he's having a good year. I like him, but...
You saw early, though, he threw that pick. I mean, he's a rattled young man.
In the game, too. Yeah. So he's not very clutch either. Well, let's go to Dallas against Arizona. Let's talk about Romo. Do you think he is clutch? And do you think he can perform in a big game?
Now, Tony Romo, there's just no way he could perform well in the freaking playoffs. He botches every time. Think of Tony Romo. What do you think? The botch snap. I mean, it's that. It's just that.
Exactly. He missed the field goal, lost the game in
What's he have? One career playoff one? Is that what he had with the Cowboys?
I have no idea.
That's just unacceptable.
Well, then let's go to the Texans with their rookie, with their third string
rookie from North Carolina, T.J. Yates. Great performance. He had, I think, 300+ yards on the day. Couple touchdowns. I think there's a future there. What do you think?
I don't see no future there with him. I think he just had a really good game. We see that quite a bit.
If the weird coincidence happens again where the first string and second string goes down, I think T.J. Yates is great.
I mean, yeah, he's a proven third stringer, so that's great to have on your team, Well, then the next game, the big one, the Packers versus the Giants.
Great performances by Aaron Rodgers. You haven't really seen he could be clutch this year because they really haven't gotten those situations, but he was clutch this game.
He came through, and he was the best player.
This was just a great battle of QBs. Eli throwing, Rodgers throwing. They were just clashing head-to-head. It was beautiful to see for the NFL there.
Definitely. Now let's go into Ndamukong Suh when he got suspended for kicking the player that was on the floor.
The funny thing about this is he actually said that he was losing his balance and trying to get back up. I mean, that's just absurd there to even think that. I think it's a fair suspension. What do you think?
I think it's fair, too. And I was appalled that he was trying to appeal it. Really? We all saw you do it,
There's a time in everyone's life where you got to grow up and be a man, accept your consequences.
And I think he did that towards the end, but he tried to get out of it somehow. But couldn't do it. Now, let's jump over to McNabb, who was released
by the Minnesota Vikings. What's his future? What do you think? Will he start another game, or is this the end of it? What do you think?
I think he's going to start for another team. Maybe the Bears.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Bears are also looking into Brett Favre.
Texans could still come back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, McNabb, if it is the end of his career, it'd be sad to see him go, though. Great player, Philly. But besides that, he's been really garbage. Honestly.
He has, and he's old now. He depended a lot on his legs to help him get loose and throw. And he's old now. And
now we go to college. Urban Meyer is now the Ohio State University's head coach. The Ohio State head coach. What's your comments on him?
I am thrilled.
Right man for the job, wrong man? What do you think?
Well, I think he's the right man. There's a lot of questions about how he left Florida. A lot of people think he did it on purpose. So, because he knew the Ohio State job was going to open up. There was no way he was going to know that the Ohio State job was going to open up. Unless he had some kind of inside information. I doubt it. But he's a great coach. 47 years old, 2 national championships. I think
with Tim Tebow. But there's actually people saying with his style of offense that Braxton Miller will be even better than Tebow. They're saying he has something that Tebow don't have, and that he's faster than Tebow, and he could be better than Tebow. What do you think about that? Tebow's arguably one of the best college quarterbacks.
Yeah, he has some of the best numbers. I don't think he's been better than Tebow. I think he'll have a very good year, though. I do.
You saw against, was it Michigan that he couldn't throw the ball? I mean, the man can't make a pass, but we'll see how that
He has an arm, though. He just needs to get some accuracy.
Now we go to the Heisman. The Heisman finalists were announced. It's RG3, the cornerback or safety for LSU, Tyrann Matthews. RG3, of course, and Trent Richardson. What do you think about Matt Barkley being left out? And Andrew Luck. What do you think about Matt Barkley being out of the occasion? He has a better touchdown to interception ratio in the red zone than Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck's there. What do you think about that?
That's crazy. And he was interviewed about this. Well, before this, about what would happen. What would he think if he was left out? And he said he would be disappointed and everything. And now to hear this, I can't imagine what's going through his head right now.
He's having a great year, Barkley, and also in the NFL draft, they're actually rating Matt Barkley 2, and then I think RG3 lower in the ranks. So Matt Barkley's higher in that category than Robert Griffin III. It's just crazy to think someone could be left out.
Well, I guess maybe he's not fancy enough for him.
I guess so.
That's it.
I still think he's.
But you know what? We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to go to the LeBron Dig of the Week.
Welcome back to the Morning Bar. Hope you guys enjoyed the LeBron Dig of the Week. Now we go to a shady new baseball team in the MLB. It's not the Florida Marlins no more. It's the Miami Marlins. Now, what's your comment on that? They have very, let's just say, colorful, weird, outrageous, garbage uniforms.
I think that's exactly what they are. They're garbage. They're stupid. They look really, really bad, and it's sad. They look like a freaking clown team.
They had a lot of key pickups though. They got Heath Bell from the Padres. They got Jose Reyes. That's the big one. And there's also rumors that they might actually get the big one, Albert Pujols.
That would be insane.
The machine.
You know, Reyes only plays for contracts anyway, so I doubt he'll do anything for the next 5-6 years.
Could someone say the big three? I mean, we've heard this before. Miami. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here in the city of Miami. It's not like people are at the beach. They ain't going to see these games. But now we go to another baseball story. Sorry about the Miami, but Manny Ramirez asked MLB for reinstatement. What's your comments on him? He screwed up twice.
I always liked Manny Ramirez. He even said that his favorite place to play was Cleveland. So I always admired that about him. But, he has issues. He really does. He's a great player, and he can play. He can help a team.
He screwed up on the steroids twice. I say give him one more shot, because you get 3 strikes in this world.
It's baseball, 3 strikes, and you're out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, then, now let's jump over to basketball, okay? I don't know if you guys watched it, but on Ustream, LeBron James played Kevin Durant in flag football.
What was the final score of the game? 63-70. LeBron James wins again.
LeBron James was up huge, though, going to the fourth. He almost blew it.
Now,
sounds familiar.
I give LeBron credit. He won a flag football game, but he's not going to win a championship. That's just what I think about LeBron there.
Here's a question. Do you think LeBron James could play in the NFL?
My comment... iffy. It's both ways. As a tight end, I don't see the speed there.
And he's not strong. I don't think he's strong enough to play a tight end. He's not going to block anyone.
I just don't see him, he's not. I don't see the speed from that tight end. I'd see him as a linebacker. The way he really just reacted to the balls in there. The ball was here, he was here, he just reacted that quick, picked it off. Safety or linebacker at 6'8", I'd put him in. That'd be one heck of a linebacker, 6'8".
If he can hit, but I question his toughness.
Yeah.
I question it in baseball. Definitely would question it in football.
There's a big difference from going in the hole and taking hits from linebackers out there, or giving hits.
Definitely. Now let's talk about Chris Paul. There was a possible trade between the Hornets and the Celtics, but he would not sign a contract to have that trade go through. Now he wants to trade to the Knicks. What do you think about that?
I just think what caused all this, I like how basketball was, the small market teams getting chances, but since Miami did this, everyone's trying to stack up, and I hate to say it, but Cleveland might not be in the league no more, and these little market teams just might get kicked out because the Knicks and all the big money markets.
You can have 4 to 6 teams with 3+ mega stars on them. Everyone else is just going to be garbage. They're going to be horrible.
I mean, there's something called the All-Star Game every year. You get to see these stars play together. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, we don't need to see it on every freaking team, Well, 4 to 6 teams in the league. 4 to 6 teams in the league. But here's another guy, Dwight Howard. Possibly the Lakers.
It's just crazy to think that. If they go there, I think that's a finals team right there. But if not, I just don't see Lakers doing anything this year.
Dwight Howard, Gasol, Kobe. They're obviously trade buying him in that deal.
Yeah, they should give up him. But, now we go to college basketball here. What do you think about the allegations regarding Bernie Fine? I said it. Bernie Fine.
Bernie, you're not looking so fine right now, are you? But it's disgusting, just like Sandusky. Sick man.
The sickest thing about this story is he had a wife. He had a wife, right? And he left her for the boy, and the boy actually had sexual contact with his wife. That's just a crazy story. It's a weird triangle. And the phone call, you heard all that if you guys saw the phone call. That was just outrageous. It's another Sandusky, but a little more twist.
It's disgusting. You know, these people these days are just so sick, you know. It's a problem, you know, and that's why the world's going to end next year.
Now we have a big question. Who's the more sicker man? Bernie Fine or Jerry Sandusky?
Sounds like a poll question to me.
Yeah, I mean, also check out our website, www.morningbark.weebly.com. We have a bunch of polls on there. You should check those out. Also follow us on Twitter at Morning Bark, capital M and B. And our Facebook page, The Morning Bark.
And our fan page, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, back to the question. Sicker man? Bernie Fine, Sandusky?
That's tough, you know, because a lot is still unknown about the Sandusky situation. So right now I'm going to go Fine. Just because the whole thing with his wife.
Yeah, that's true.
That's messed up.
Kind of similar question, but the bigger story. Bernie Fine or Sandusky? What's the more sicker story to you?
Fine, for sure.
I just think that story's just not getting enough hype there. I mean, it's just not really known that much.
Not as much as Sandusky's.
And that whole triangle, that thing, whew, that's a wicked triangle. But now we go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll be back with our Monday Night Football predictions and a big, our last topic. Stay tuned. No way, this can't be. It's Call of Duty. We got it.
How'd you get that?
I don't know. I think Jesus. Dude, we got him. Oh my gosh. Dude,
Put it in, man.
Hold on.
Ooh, let's do this.
If I match team, that's that guy.
Kill him.
Look at this trigger finger. I got him. Come on.
Kill, that's me.
What?
That's me.
What? I didn't mean to talk to you about that video. The guy who looks like me is better than the guy who looks like you.
My guy's better.
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 My guy's better. What video? It's the Conrad. On YouTube, search the DTIP Productions, all one word, or go to www.dtip.weebly.com. The video will be there.
Damn it, Margaret! My country needs me!
Welcome back to the Morning Bark! Now we go to our trending topic of the day. Is UFC, in your eyes, Bob, a legitimate sport?
You know, I don't think it is. It's just really ruthless and just way too aggressive. Now, I like violence as much as the next guy, but, you know, after matches, there's blood all over the mats. You know, and I just think it's crazy.
That blood does...
you could do that in your backyard.
You can't really fight in a cage. You could box in your backyard, get freaking rubber gloves and just duke it out like
ring
that
or
with no
something.
kicking. You can't really find a big cage, you know, to put people in.
Well, what does the cage really do? Nothing.
There's actually been a lot of fights won on that cage, really. You can't really push off or anything, but there's been a lot of ground pounds. And you know what I like about UFC is you could take them down. It's not just... UFC has boxing in it. It's boxing, and then you could take them down. I don't like guys just staying up there for
But when a guy's knocked out on the floor and he's still getting wailed on, that's a little
That
too
is
much.
a little over, but really he's only get wailed on for about 2 seconds, and that ref automatically TKOs it. But in boxing, you have 50% of it is really not even punching. You're just moving around like this, you know, and it's just crazy, you know. Now, would you rather take UFC or boxing, like you said?
You know, I like Kelly Pavlik a lot in boxing. He's a hometown guy. I root for him, but boxing's way too slow. But then UFC, I think, is way too aggressive. So I don't know. I like maybe kickboxing is in the middle for me.
Boxing's in there, UFC too. So
yeah, but it's not as brutal as UFC. So that's probably my area. But I'd probably take UFC over boxing just because boxing's too slow.
I mean, boxing has less athletic guys. If you think Kelly Pavlik's really an athlete, he's not. He's an athlete, but he's not a major athlete. You know, UFC, they have great athletes. They do everything. You know, so I take UFC too.
Now to our last topic:
Monday Night Football
between the Chargers and the Jaguars. Who do you got?
I'm taking the obvious choice. The Chargers. Philip Rivers not having a great year, but come on, it's the Chargers. They're probably going to move to L.A. with Tim Tebow in the next couple of years, you know?
You know what?
The team's selling, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. That's right. I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. They've been pretty bad. They lost to the Browns, you know. But... you know, I think they're going to pull this one out. Chargers have not been very good. Philip Rivers has not been good at all. And I definitely feel like the Jaguars are going to pull the upset and win this game.
Yeah, I mean, but come on now. Blaine Gabbert's just been a bust. It's arguably to say he's been a bust.
Didn't you pick the Chiefs a couple weeks ago?
Yes, and
Don't talk
thank
to
you.
me.
You're thinking you're actually getting me even. I appreciate that. Our record's going to be even pretty soon.
Oh, I'm 2-0.
And I'm 0-2, but it's about to be 1-2 and 2-1. So
so
next week we'll probably get pretty much even.
Probably not. But you know what? That's our show. So make sure you also tune into our YouTube channel. It's gonna be right here for you, or here, right here. I think. Check that out.
And if you're on a mobile device, just subscribe to it. It's right. Well, you know. Anyway, if you hate us, just come tweet us. Tell us why. Get involved. Everybody, just make an effort to send us messages. morningbark.weebly.com. Also, our Twitter is @morningbark with a capital M and B. And our Facebook is The Morning Bark. Like it, subscribe it, do what you guys do, and guess we'll see you next week. For that's our show. See ya from The Morning Bark. Have great holidays.
If you haters got any issues with us, face us,
We'll
face to
find
face.
you.
Let's go.
And
Bring it.
We'll do something that
Let's
we can't discuss on there because we'll probably go to prison with Sandusky.
Yeah, it involves Sandusky and 3 boys and you. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
In a little shower. And I ain't talking about the shower head. There ain't no water coming from there if you know what I'm saying.
See you later.
See ya.